Good evening. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for your flexibility. Sorry to be broadcasting so late tonight, but my husband and I are celebrating our 7th anniversary of meeting in 2 days, and so we wanted to go have a little adventure in downtown DC, go see some museums, and spend some time together. So thank you for your understanding. It's a pleasure to get to be here with you now. If we haven't met before, my name is Kay. I'm an ecstatic spiritual life coach, spirit guide, and I thought tonight would be a great opportunity to explore a theme that I know comes back again and again in my own life, and it's this idea of something not being meant for you. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So I'd like to start tonight with a quote. It's a quote that I use in my book, Journey to the Ecstatic Self. I believe it is attributed to Jack Kornfield. And it is this: in the end, only 3 things matter. How deeply you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things that were never meant for you. And I don't know about you, but that last one rears its head with some occasion. This idea that, well, I'm in tune with the universe and I'm spiritual. Everything should just work out and I should be able to get what I want. But sometimes things just aren't meant for us. And sometimes life has a way of slapping us back into place and say, hey, that's not meant for you. Let it go. So we'll talk more about that in a few minutes, but let's start, please, with some centering. So please find a comfortable way of sitting or lie down. You can sit on the floor, in a chair, whatever works for you. And then you can either close your eyes or take a soft, steady gaze lower on the floor. And begin by just evening out your breath. If you want to take a slight restriction in the vocal cords, it's called Ujjayi Pranayam. It allows you to hear the breath. It also has a calming effect on the nervous system. It's a little bit like you're trying to fog up a mirror, but with your lips closed. And we're just going to take several breaths here, breathing nice and gentle in and out. Now, many of us go through our day just breathing without being ever aware of it. And the breath is wonderful that it just takes care of itself. But it's even more wonderful when we become consciously aware of how we're breathing and in what ways, how does it feel? Because the breath is magical. So what do you feel when you turn your focus within to study the breath? What do you notice? Can you let the breath be absolutely fascinating to you? you study your breath in the same way that you might study a nice glass of wine, observing the notes, the flavors, the colors, the textures. Can you feel the breath expand to be more than just in your lungs, but to fill your body and the space around you? Can you feel like you're breathing into an egg of prana, an egg of life force? And with every breath in, can you feel like you expand just a little bit more, take up a little bit more space, be a little more full? Can you allow your breath to exceed the boundaries of your tension? Can your breath be bigger than your limitations, be bigger than your fears, bigger than any limited capacity of you? Can you fill this space? And we're spending a lot of time tonight just focusing on our breath, because the breath really is a gateway. It's a powerful force to connect us with our highest self, our best self. And as we move into this idea of letting go of things that are not meant for you, what do we learn from our breath? What do we learn from the power of air? Does it teach us to let go of things freely? Does it teach us to just simply flow? Our breath, air, prana travels through us. And we accept what there is to accept, we surrender what there is to surrender. But we can't breathe in a way that isn't ours. We can't force the air, the life force to linger. Just as the breath travels in, it will travel out. So can we accept? Can we accept what is rather than what we wanted? I think we as humans expend a lot of energy of trying to make things happen. If only I did X, Y, Z, I would have had that job. If only I had been ABC, he would have stayed. If only blank, then blank. That's a really hard way to live. Because there's a lot of focus on regret, a lot of belief in your own ability to change the force of life. And one of the things I've learned and continue to learn on my spiritual journey is I am both immensely powerful, but entirely powerless. The thing I get to be powerful about is my agency. My ability to engage or disengage, my ability to surrender, my ability to act when appropriate. But I have zero power over the results. I have zero power to control the outcomes of whatever feels right for me to do. And when I get caught up in this notion of things should be going a certain way, usually doesn't bode well. So as you watch your breath this evening, can you find a deep state of surrender? To accept whatever comes with an open heart. To release whatever needs to go with graciousness. And let the events of your life be like a visitor to your house. You welcome them, care for them well, and when they depart, you send them off with well wishes. This is a much more graceful way of living than manipulating, striving, trying to always change the situation to suit your goals. And I don't know about you, but I want to live gracefully. I want to live in such a way that I'm contented no matter what happens. That I am grateful no matter what happens. That I maintain a level of peace and equanimity no matter what happens. Because the people I see that I want to be like aren't necessarily rich or famous or well awarded or the most beautiful. The people that I strive to be like are the ones who have achieved a state of peace, a state of radical contentment, whether things go the way they want it or not, whether life made them healthy and wealthy, or whether life had different stories in store for them. I want to become detached from needing a specific outcome and instead celebrate whatever I'm gifted. Because whether we like it or not, everything that happens to us is a gift. It's an opportunity to grow, to love more freely, to live a little more adeptly. Every person, every event is our teacher. And even when difficult things happen, I strive to live in a way that I still say thank you. Thank you. Even if it's uncomfortable. Even if it's downright painful. This is who I want to be. How about you? Because I don't know about you, but the type of people society says that we should be about wanting it more and working our asses off to get it and not letting anybody else get in our way. Those people don't seem happy to me. They don't seem well, they don't seem connected to themselves or meaningful communities around them. I don't think our society gives us the answers. And so, I would rather live in this way. Follow your breath. Accept whatever comes. Release whatever needs to go. And if it doesn't stay, then it was never meant for you. Or at least not right now. Perhaps at another time. Accept whatever comes with open arms and gratitude. Let go of whatever needs to go with an open heart and well wishes. And know within your soul that no matter what comes, no matter what transpires, you will be well. You have been well. You will be well. You are well. All is well. On your next breath in, gently invite anything that's broken loose, any tension, any blocks, anything at all that's no longer serving you. Invite it to drain out of you on the exhale. On the exhale, feel it travel down out of your arms, down through your core, out of your butt, into the floor, out of your fingertips into the floor. Let whatever you're holding on to you no longer need, let it drain out of you. Inhale full of life force, prana, light, energy. Exhale, invite whatever you don't need to just flush out of you. Shit it out. Drain pipe it out. I wish to let go. I wish to let go whatever I don't need. And then do. Do that a few more times. You are well. You have been well. And you will be well, no matter what happens. Because the deepest part of you is indelible, unbreakable, and eternal. You are God made flesh, and so is everyone else. So no matter what transpires, you will never be any more or less your complete divine self. That is your truth. It is an honor and a privilege to get to sit here and share some space and some energy with you tonight. Again, my name's Kay. My apologies for being later than usual. Again, I had a lovely evening with my husband as we're celebrating 7 years together. An amount of time that seems both far too short and far too long. I met him both yesterday and 20 lifetimes ago. That 7 years doesn't seem to do justice in either direction. So, thank you for your understanding. I hope this was beneficial for you. If you ever have any questions or follow-ups or ever need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out via email or social media. I'm always happy to engage. So many blessings to you on your journey.